Hey, welcome back to Keys and Cafecito, your cozy little corner of the internet where we talk real estate, real life, and real questions from first time buyers just like you. I'm Anna Franklin, realtor, homeschooling mom, cafecito connoisseur, and your guide to turning, I think I want to buy a house, into, we got the keys. Okay, today we're busting one of the biggest myths in real estate. You do not need 20% to buy a house. Say it with me. 20% no es necesario. I'm going to break down what you actually need for a down payment, the most common loan options, and how to figure out what's right for you. Let's go. So, first, why does everyone think you need 20% down? Well, back in the day, like when your grandpa had a handlebar mustache, lenders were way stricter. If you didn't put down 20%, they thought you were too risky. But things have changed big time. Now we have loan programs made specifically for first time buyers that allow you to put down as little as 3%, sometimes even zero, depending on where you live and what you qualify for. But that 20% myth has stuck around like an uninvited guest at the carne asada. So if you've been thinking, I'll never save up $100,000, so I guess home ownership just isn't for me, pause, breathe. Let's look at the real options. Here's a quick breakdown of the most common loan programs and how much they typically require. First is the conventional loan. The down payment on this is as low as 3% for first time buyers. It's good for buyers who have solid credit. A pro is that often lower monthly payments with better rates. And a con is that you pay PMI or private mortgage insurance if you do put down less than 20%. The second kind of loan is the FHA loan. This one is commonly referred to as a first time buyer loan. It comes with a down payment of 3.5%, and it's made for buyers with lower credit scores or less cash saved. It's easier to qualify for this loan, but a con is that mortgage insurance is required and it sticks around pretty much throughout the life of the loan. The third option is the VA loan. This carries a down payment of 0%. It is for active duty military, veterans, and qualifying spouses. It carries no mortgage insurance. And of course, that 0% down payment is a huge pro. The con is that it's only available to those who qualify. Now, what about state assistance programs? In California, we have one called CalHAFA. It does help with down payment or closing costs, but it usually is a deferred payment option situation, meaning that you have to take out like a second silent mortgage, they call it, that can sometimes be forgivable under the right circumstances. They can be amazing, but they also come with rules, income limits, and sometimes higher interest rates. So the real answer, most buyers put down somewhere between 3 to 10%. That's normal, that's okay, and can still get you in a great home. Now, here's where your lifestyle, goals, and budget come into play. Ask yourself, do I want to keep cash in savings for emergencies or future repairs? Am I comfortable with a slightly higher monthly payment in exchange for a lower upfront cost? Will this be a starter home or a long-term home? There's no one size fits all answer. Sometimes putting more down makes sense. Other times it's better to keep cash liquid and just get your foot in the door. Also, don't forget closing costs. Those are separate from your down payment and usually run 2 to 3% of the purchase price. We'll talk more about those in a future episode. The key takeaway: you have options. And if you're not sure which one fits you best, that's what your lender and agent are for. You don't have to figure it out alone. So if you haven't already, here's what I recommend. Talk to a lender. They can walk you through all the programs you qualify for. Start saving, but don't panic because even $1,000 a month adds up quickly when you know your goal. And ask questions. DM me anytime. Seriously, there's no such thing as a dumb question when it comes to buying a home. So remember, 20% down is nice, but not necessary. If you're waiting to save that much before even starting, you might be putting your dreams on pause for no reason at all. Next week's episode is a fun one. We're talking about how to know when a home is the one, because sometimes it's love at first sight, and sometimes it's pretty kitchen, but it kind of smells like cats. Make sure you hit follow or subscribe so you don't miss it. And if this episode helped you feel more confident, share it with a friend or your mom who still thinks you need to save $100,000. Sending you hugs, cafecito, and encouragement. Talk soon, future homeowner.